Hey guys, welcome back to another Polygel nail design set. So this beautiful set here is dedicated to all of the Leos. This is a part of my zodiac series. So straight off the bat, let's say happy birthday to all of the Leos. If your birthday have already passed or is coming, happy birthday to you guys, and I hope you enjoy your special day. These are one of my favorite sets, hands down. I loved everything about them. They came out so much better than I expected, and I absolutely would do that set again. They just was very pretty. The colors, everything about that set was very pretty, and I just loved it. All right, so we're going to go in with some nude polygel. I've noticed that I have been using nude a lot on my nail bed, and I do think that it's because I like the way rhinestones and charms and stuff look up against a neutral background, and so I do like to use nude on my nail bed for that reason, just to make the rhinestones and stuff pop. Okay, but with my brush, I'm just dragging that polygel back towards the cuticle area, and then with my brush at an angle, just kind of working that polygel into that cuticle area, but not on or under. And then going around the sides, making sure it's cleaned out. I do like to leave a tiny space in between the polygel and the cuticle area. So if you guys dealing with lifting, that polygel touching the skin could be a big part of why you have lifting. So be sure to leave that space in between. I'm going to take this dotting tool and just kind of push that polygel back. What I have noticed is that with polygel, if you want to get into creating like shapes and angles and designs into your set, plastic tools seem to work better than metal tools. The polygel don't stick to the plastic as much as it does to metal. So that's a tip maybe for you guys, anybody want to get into shaping or color blocking. Okay, here I realized I did not like how the pointer finger was looking at this point, so I added a little bit more polygel. I say this all the time. Gel will stick to gel. Regardless if it is cured or not, it will stick to gel. So with my brush and a little bit of alcohol, I'm just blending that uncured polygel to that cured polygel, just making sure everything looks seamless, and then going in and kind of molding it into the drip shape or whatnot that I was going with, the drip pattern that I was going with for this set. After getting everything nice and I guess cute, after I was getting everything all done, gave it a cure. Now we're going to go in with this red polygel. I got this from Amazon. I believe it was like $6.99. It is still available last I checked. I absolutely like this red. It has become one of my favorite reds, and I do reach for it when I use reds. It's really easy to use. It reminds me of like jelly or jam, shall I say. It's not very sticky, but it do kind of remind me of like jelly or jam. Alright, so with this red, I'm just going to push it up into that nude. Pretty much just making sure the polygel holds hands. Make sure everybody is connected and touching. And then take that brush and kind of push it up in there, going in with that drip look again. Okay, let me say this right quick because comments are going to start coming up soon. I thank all of you guys for all of y'all comments. I love and appreciate all your comments, and they truly do warm my heart. But what I'm trying to do is the comments that I do add on here, I try to use the comments that require an explanation. So we have our first comment by Nail by Fee, and she say, you're one of my favorite artists or whatnot, and that she say, Miss Brittany, you inspire me so much. If only you knew. I watch your videos on here and other platforms, and thank you. Now that really touched my heart because I'm just a girl who like to do her nails, and the fact that I inspire someone else, that means a lot to me. So I'm so glad you guys can get something out of these videos, and I can be that inspiration and motivation for you guys to keep going. So thank you so much, love. That definitely warmed my heart when I read that comment. Next comment is from Parker Pretty Paws, and she say, also, I'm sure I've said this before, but she pretty much say, how often do you do your nails, and do you do both hands at the same time? So I do both hands, but I do not do both hands at the same time. Meaning that, for instance, this Leo set, I only did this on my left hand. For me, if my nails are long, and so if I do make videos with both hands, they are a bit distracting in the videos. I have done a few of my earlier videos like that, and it's just distracting to be working on one set, and then I have this other set that's a whole different design all up in the mix. So yes, I am able to do both of my hands, but I do not do them both at the same time. Okay, my third comment is from Sherry O, and she say, "How do you keep your natural nails healthy with all the constant changing of your nails? Mine would fall off after a set." So, for starters, I have always been blessed with a good thick set of nails. And then two, I use a peel-off base coat, which just helps me with easy removal. But three, when I prep my nails, because I do them often, I do my nails at least once a week at this point. But when I prep, I do not file my nail bed. When you file your nail bed, you're removing layers of your natural nail, and I do not do that. My natural nails already have ridges throughout them, so there's no need for me to file off any layers of my nails. And so that's pretty much it. I just do not file my nail bed when doing prep. I use a peel off base coat, so that just makes it easy for me to remove. And I just have a good thick set of nails. Now, I am pretty rough on my hands, and so I do like to keep my natural nails cut down pretty low. I do tend to bang and hit them a lot, and they will chip and break at some points. And so I do try to keep them low to avoid that. Okay, so that's it for the comments. You guys, thank you so much for your comments. I so love talking to you guys up in that comment section. So keep those comments coming. And I do pull these comments from off of all of my platforms. So I get them off YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So regardless of which platform you guys are following me on, I will come across your comments. And I appreciate it. So thank you guys. And just for any newcomers, it's Msbrittenynails on every platform. So just search Msbrittenynails and I will come up. Alright, so we're going to go in with this purple here. This was your sugar polygel. It is a neon kit. I did plan on finishing off the nail with this purple, but then I realized that the box or the purple color would have been a lot bigger compared to the length of the other colors. So we just went ahead and pretty much did the same thing that I was doing with the other nails, just adding a little bit and then leaving a little opening and then curing. Now, I did finish it up with this gold. If I can go back, I would not have used the gold at the end. I probably would have went in with a green, because I like green. Someone asked me why didn't I use green for this set, being that it was a Leo. So for you guys that don't know, the light green color is the Leo birthstone color. And so if I was to go back, or if I could go back and do this set again, I would end this nail off with the green just to get all the colors. I got these colors here from Google when I searched Leo zodiac. These are the colors that came up, so that is why I went with these colors. Alright, so after that, after all of the application was done, I'm just going to wipe them nails off, removing that sticky layer from the surface, from the underside, off the side, just getting all of that sticky layer off. Here's the nails after application. But guess what, guys? I do have some filing coming up. I did say I wanted to try to incorporate that in more videos, so we have some filing. Okay, so I already debulked this nail with my orange 2-time coarse bit, removed the bulk of the thickness. I did go ahead and start here with the coarse bit, which is the green bit. This bit also removes thickness and bulk. If your nail's not as thick as mine usually is built extra thick. Yours don't need to be that thick, but using a coarse bit works with debulking and getting rid of thickness. Now, let me say this. I don't know if you guys just caught that, but this is the reason why I don't never recommend this e-file. I love this e-file. I've been using it for a long time, but the problem with this is it is heavy, and if the touchpad touch your palm, it does change the speed, and that can be quite annoying. Throughout filing, I do have to readjust the speed because it changed. So that's why I don't never recommend this one for you guys who's always asking about this e-file. All right, after debulking, we're going to go in with this red fine bit. And the fine bit just removes the indentations from the coarse bit and clean the nail up. And it also, so let me show you here, right? Let me let it freeze it about now. If you can see, the yellow is overlapping the gold. And so with this fine bit, I like to just file away that extra polygel just to be sure that each color is where it's supposed to be. No color is overlapping another color, and everything just is where it's supposed to be pretty much. So that I'll go in with a fine bit to do that. And I also take this fine bit and file around my cuticle area. I personally like to have a slope back there. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not the best at cuticle work. I'm not the best when, my sessions don't look the best around that cuticle area. I'm still a work in progress. But I do try my best to remove all the ledges and to make it have that little slope as if the nail is coming out of the finger. Now, I did kind of switch with the thumb because I feel like it's better. It's a better angle to show you guys when it comes down to filing. So that's the same thing that I would do on all the rest of the nails. Just give it that nice little slope. I don't like when the apex start all the way back from out the cuticle area. That just always looked weird to me. But anyway, so look, now I'm going to take this thin wood hand file and file my side walls, just making sure they are nice and straight. I do not want the nail to look wider than my finger. So I'm going to take this thin hand file and just make sure I get up in between those sides. Again, switching to my thumb just so you guys can get a better view of what I'm doing. After doing that, we're going to go in with a hand file. This is a 100-180 grit hand file. And I start by working around the cuticle area and then in like a C motion going down the sides. I personally love to file. It is my favorite part of this whole process. I know a lot of you guys do not like the file, but I do. But if I can give you guys one tip or one recommendation, please hand file. Hand file that nail. Hand filing just makes that nail turn into that nail. It gives it that beautiful look. And so please just do not skip out on that hand filing. So after I file down the sides on both sides, and then you can see down the middle is some light spots, some shiny areas. I'm going to take my hand file and file that. So if your nails have dips or lumps or low spots or high spots, keep filing until the whole entire nail is chalky. That is how you know the surface of your nail is even and you won't have any low spots or high spots. So just keep filing. Like I can still see a few little spots. So I just keep on filing until everything is nice and chalky. I wasn't finished filing the other one, so we jump back to the thumb. So at this point, I take my green hand file and file my sides. This is for shaping. I love this file for shaping. It is very, very sturdy. But I like to file up and down on the sides, and this ensures that my sides are straight. I never had a problem with getting my sides straight. I do have a few other issues, but getting them straight just never been my issue. And then I also like to file up and down on the tip to get that straight. Filing side to side for me always leave one side sitting higher than the other. Okay, now here is a very important point or step or something I want to point out. So if you guys can see this part that's hanging, I'm going to freeze it. That there is extra hangage. So if your nails look wide and you're just not understanding why they still look wide, it's probably because you need to file the underside. So take your hand file, make it parallel to the finger and file up. You're going to keep filing up until the whole entire thing is straight. Like it's coming straight out from the side walls. As you can see now, that extra part is gone. Now, here's a better view when I mean parallel. You want to keep it parallel to the finger and file up. Don't angle your file in because you will file away too much in those side walls. So try to keep that hand file straight and just file up. So, again, if your nails are looking wide and you already removed a lot of product off the top, it could just be the underside. So you're going to file that straight and then the nail should look better. The tip is still looking pretty thick. I do personally like to keep my thumb short but thick because I use it a lot. But to give it the appearance that it is thin, I like to go underneath and file the underside of the tip. This just gives it that illusion that the nail is thinner than what it is without having to make the nail actually thin. Go ahead and do that. File up, take away a little bit of that. Again, I do leave it a bit thick because I do use it for everything, like opening packages and everything. Alright, after I do that on all the nails, which I haven't at this point, but I usually use some dish soap in my little brush and give the nails a good scrub down, clean away all the dust. And here is the nail after. I'm just checking for that line of light to make sure everything looks straight, and also looking for any areas that may need to be filed again. But so far it's looking pretty good. Here are the nails after I finished filing and washing my hands. A crusty, ashy mess. I did have quite a few air bubbles in this set, or quite a few holes at this point. And so I'm just going to go in with some protein bond and just fill those little holes. If I could take my tweezers and stick it inside a hole, then I'll go back and actually fill those holes. But if they are tiny little holes my tweezers cannot fit in, I'll just fill them with a little bit of protein bond, and that will help that situation. But if you can stick your tweezers in it, or if you can stick anything in it, just go back, add a little more polygel to it, fill it, and then file it. Alright, here is the charm. This is a necklace charm. So I'm going to take my scissors and just remove that link from the top. And then with the top coat, Venalisa top coat, I love it. It's very, very shiny. But go in and do a nice, thin, even layer of the top coat. I like to make sure the whole nail is covered with top coat. I like to make sure it's nice and even. Make sure there's no little fuzzies and stuff in there. Check out my little line of light. Make sure everything looks good. Wipe the extra off. And then go in with this Leo charm. This charm I got from Amazon, I believe. And it is also for jewelry making. It was like a necklace piece. I put it on the on top of the wet top coat just so I can see where I needed to add the rhinestone glue. And so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit to all the areas that had some top coat on it, and then apply it back to the nail. Now, I don't know which rhinestone glue is better than whose or what. Personally, I feel like they all do pretty much the same thing. I mean, I can't speak for them all because I haven't tried them all. But the ones that I have tried, they all do the same thing. So, just simple rhinestone glue. Now we're going to take these little Leon symbols and put those pretty much like parentheses around the word Leo. I just thought it was cute. I was just trying to use as many of the Leo charms as I could because I absolutely wanted this set to stand out. I personally like to do one finger at a time when it comes down to top coating. This helps me to keep the top coat from pulling or puddling in areas and flooding. So if you have an issue there, just go ahead and do one finger at a time. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the rhinestone glue or rhinestone gel onto this big charm. This one I got from AliExpress. Again, they are for jewelry making. They were for necklace, but I thought they would be super cute on my nails. And so that is how I'm using them. Okay, so put that big boy on there. Make sure I like the position. And then I had this little charm, this little rhinestone. It was like a red and purple rhinestone. I believe those are the Bermuda ones. No, I think Bermuda are the blue and purple ones. I don't know, but it was like a blue and red look. Alright, and then for the pointer finger and pinky, we just went in with this little triangle type rhinestone that had like a purple, a triangle charm that had a purple rhinestone on it. Now I just took a little bit of the rhinestone gel and put it on a paper towel, and I'm just going to dip these rhinestones in there just to get a little bit on the back side and fill or cover, hide those little holes. Again, these were for a necklace and they do have the holes at the top, so I'm just going to take these and cover those holes. It worked out perfectly. Again, I love this set. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved everything about this set, and I would so do it again. Actually, I think I had this set on too for like 8 or 9 days or something like that because they were very pretty. Okay, for the thumb, went in with that same rhinestone just so the set can be cohesive. So I made sure I added one of those on, and then added this small word Leo onto the thumb because this is a little thumb, and so I just felt like these two stones was just enough. Here is the nails all finished. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, the natural light video is coming up next, but thank you guys. Here's a better view of it, but thank you guys so much for that love and support. I so love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all truly make my day when y'all watch my videos and leave comments. So you guys know I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And bye.